still continued their unbroken thread, even when every paper record had vanished. That is why genetics today holds such a moving power for people of African descent who were severed from their roots. When the papers fall silent, the blood still speaks. People tend to assume that African blood is a humble beginning, a primitive start.
What's up, everybody?
Civilizations rose elsewhere.
I haven't been on here in a minute.
Almost exactly the opposite. The mutation that makes your type O blood arose in Africa before humans left. The oldest male
Chilling on this Sunday. How everybody doing?
And that paternal story has a twin on the maternal side.
I just got the shower, washed clothes.
From father to son.
I did not cook dinner today. I just cleaned up. Excuse me.
Passes from mother to child.
I just cleaned up. I ain't doing nothing. Get ready for work. That's them all for the week.
The same astonishing thing. The deepest and oldest branches, the ones labeled all have their root in Africa. The branch at the very bottom of the whole tree, the oldest maternal branch, which scientists call Elsa, is rooted in populations like the Khoisan
My
of
ex.
southern Africa. Hunter-gatherer
Hell no.
whose lineage split
Don't
off
say that in my head.
so early that they carry some of the oldest genetic traces still
You
alive
would
on
like.
the planet. Every maternal line
You
of
was
every
one.
person outside Africa, without a single
He was 1 year old.
rests inside the African family tree like a small branch grown from a larger bough. You can take the mitochondrial DNA of anyone in Europe, Asia, or the Americas, and always find it tucked inside a branch that already began in Africa. Put it all
I don't
together,
want to say the
and the
number.
picture is undeniable. Blood type points to Africa. The paternal line points to Africa. The maternal line points to Africa. And the greatest genetic diversity of all humankind still lies inside that continent. If you are of African descent and you carry type O blood, you do not stand on a distant, newly grown branch of the human family tree. You stand near the trunk, near the root from which every other branch, every other people on this planet, split off and grew. This is the biggest reversal of all. Throughout the whole story, we kept searching for where your blood came from, as if
It
it
look
was a
weird.
descendant of something
It
that
look
came
weird
before.
outside.
But DNA tells us your blood is not a descendant that came later. In its deepest aspects, it is the very origin,
what's going on?
stream that all the others are
There was a random over?
branching off from. Europeans, Asians, indigenous Americans, all carry within them a piece of the African story. But only people of African descent kept it nearly whole, as deep and as old as it truly is. Your blood doesn't borrow its depth from anyone. That depth is your own, and it is older than almost anything a human being can claim as theirs. And so we arrive at the question we should have asked from the very beginning, but only now can answer properly. Throughout this whole journey, we kept asking, who are your ancestors, and where does your blood come from? As if the answer lay somewhere far away that had to be searched for. But perhaps that was never the right question. The right question isn't which line did your blood split off from. The right question is, why did the world forget that this blood is the first blood? Because look back at the road we've just traveled. The letter O arose in Africa before the Great Migration. The oldest living paternal line is in Cameroon. The deepest maternal lines are rooted in Africa. The greatest genetic depth of humankind lies inside that continent. This is not a humble beginning to be surpassed and left behind. This is the root from which everything else grew. A person's identity should never have been built on whether their blood is late or early, secondary or main, and we're not saying this blood is worth more than that blood. But if anyone grew up with the idea that their blood was something that came after, came late, stood at the margins of the human story, then DNA has just said the opposite, quietly and undeniably. Think of the man in Cameroon carrying the oldest lineage of all humanity in his blood without knowing it. Think of the woman of African descent in a faraway city, generations and an ocean from her ancestral home, still carrying in her red cells the malaria shield her ancestors forged over thousands of years. Think of yourself, if you are black and you have type O blood, looking at that letter on your medical chart as if it meant nothing. It means something. It means you don't just carry a bloodline. You carry the first bloodline, the stream that every other line on this planet borrowed from in order to begin to exist. And there's something beautiful in how science flips the old story. For centuries, people told a version in which Africa was always the humble starting point, the base for others to rise from. But the most modern tools of all, the machines that can read every letter of the genome, are quietly saying the opposite. They don't say this blood is nobler than that blood. They only say one single truth at a time. That this blood is the that is the nation, and all the others are ready to explode now. For some who grew up not knowing what it is, often their orders of the blood. This is the most unbelievable thing to hear. That the life was never truly black. It was only unrest. And now
Where's everybody at? Chilling. Everybody getting ready for school tomorrow. Or the kids. Back to school.
remember that you are looking at one of the oldest artifacts of human beings still there. You will know about the decay that rose
Hey, hey, hey.
If this
I'm so tired.
share it with someone who needs reminding just how ancient and how deep their blood really is. And if you want to go deeper into hidden histories, forgotten roots, the things that never make the headlines, subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. What story are your blood and your lineage telling you?
What's up, Tracy? What's up? Haven't been on here for a minute. Just had to come back and show my face. Tired. I just finished doing everything. Got my thing for the week. All my stuff for my work. Everybody going to school tomorrow. For my son in his room. So I'm putting his computer back up because he homeschooled for a little bit until he get into his school. Okay, you on 6 wait list? Excuse me. So you gotta continue homeschool. Wash clothes, cleaned up. I'm chilling. Took me a shower. I'm chilling for the rest of the day. Well, I'm waiting for my friend to come over. And that's it. I'm chilling, y'all. I'm chilling. Watching TV about history, y'all. Gotta go back. Doing research, because people, I don't know, people is weird right now. I guess they waking up and they're trying to figure out who they are. But it's time to tell us we don't know who we are. Go find who you are. We know who we are. Go find who you are. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that.
In this series, we'll be going on a journey
But that's what I'm doing. I ain't nothing to do, y'all. I'm bored. I just been working, but after this week, because I work Saturday and Sunday, my 4 days off, I will be in Maryland, going back home. I will be going back home because my sister wanted to go to a comedy show. So we're going to a comedy show to see Earthquake. We're going to see Earthquake. I got to find me an outfit. I got to do my hair. It was origins. I'm cold.
Africa's Great Rift Valley. This is where humanity's story most likely begins. Homo sapiens, anatomically modern humans, have lived here for about 200,000 years.
Hey, y'all peeking in, please subscribe to Cherrell's Life. I appreciate it. It don't cost you a thing. I'm starting to get my channel up. Right now, I only got 137. Come on, I'm trying to hit that 1K. So, subscribe to my channel. By the time I figured out what I'm wear, I might have called my friend and see what she wearing. But we gonna go see Earthquake on September 5th. This will be my first time going to a comedy show. But I gotta get somebody to do my hair because I don't feel like doing my own. Or I probably end up having to do my own hair again. I'm gonna find somebody. I gotta go school shopping because I put been doing so good, but he homeschooled right now, so he gonna get all his stuff before he got returned back in school. But right now he homeschooled, so I don't really have to go school shopping like that. But time he got to go back to in school, he would have all his stuff. He would have all his stuff. Y'all peek in, say hi. Say hi. I'm chilling today, y'all. I'm chilling. I'm watching PBS on origins, where people came from. What are they talking about?
The anatomy and age of adulthood skull provided the strongest evidence yet that anatomically modern humans emerged in Africa. The new stage of the evolution toward modern humans, it takes place in Africa. The new final concept is a very important crucial far back. It means starting walking in this planet, large area, the new thoughts. And the interesting thing is, at the same time, Europe was acting completely. One of America's most respected paleoanthropologists is Dr. Richard Lee. He and his colleagues have made groundbreaking discoveries about how our species evolved on the African continent. I've come to meet him at his institute in Nairobi, Kenya. How do we know that the first human beings evolved on the African continent? The fossil evidence and the archaeological evidence that's come to light in the last 30 years is very, very substantial, testable, and real. I think this idea was so disturbing in some quarters. Historically, the science of paleoanthropology or anthropology came into existence at a time when people really knew very little. Africans were considered primitive, even knows. And the argument about the subhuman status of Africans begins really in the 18th century, in the Enlightenment, ironically. Anyone really?
I'm trying to figure out how do they know? Okay, they find skeletons. How do you know they were traveling? It could be. It don't mean they lived there. We don't know that. But they only found one. Why only one? If they found one, why they didn't find a whole lot of them if they was living there? So why they only found one?
Geneticists have identified an astonishing link to our earliest human relations through our DNA. Every living person shares a common direct maternal ancestor. She's known as Maya. We believe that she was part of a small group of humans who lived in this region of Africa around the time of the adulting skull. Como nossos filhos vida mais profunda aí,
means that genetic differences are influenced to believe that at the bottom we are all descended from the same family.
Mitochondrial DNA, found in our cells, is the genetic signature passed down to females from mother to child. What it means is that this was a woman, hypothetically, who lived 200,000 years ago, who had enough daughters in a continuous chain, stripped back so that her mitochondrial DNA survived.
Absolutely right.
And all of us today, no
I
matter
don't
what we
know.
look like,
But I'm chilling, y'all. I'm chilling. It look like it go rain.
Exactly. That's what happened. Okay,
He better hurry up because I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning.
no,
I didn't want people want to come over. Knowing I gotta go to work. Yeah, I was off this whole weekend. Why pick Sunday?
these 200,000 years ago,
Why?
had been like this stuff.
Don't get it.
Imagine the groups were quite small. The dangers around the predators is hyenas and groups of cannibals all around.
Please subscribe to Cherrell's Life. And anybody on here is new. We want to watch our thing. Please hit that button. And I appreciate it. I'm gonna be on here for a little bit. I'm just chilling right now until he gets here.
Post-apocalyptic zombie shows. You have small bands, people, roaming landscape, working together, fighting off predators that are trying to eat them, and worried about
It ain't cold.
other groups of foods that they might find interesting.
I'm cold.
So there are a lot of interesting parallels to draw.
Modern Homo sapiens initially lived only in Africa, slowly spreading across the continent over 120,000 years. But between 80 and 50,000 years ago, they began successfully to populate the rest of the world. So what happened 80,000 years ago?
Well, I wish we knew what happened, but there's no doubt at all. A very small population somewhere over there got some adaptation that gave them a huge advantage. I have a feeling it might have been speech. I don't know what it was. But they spread very quickly out of Africa.
So 80,000 years ago, the human community was fine.
Wherever they were in the world.
But when those early human beings migrated out of Africa, they weren't traveling alone. They were carrying something within them. And that something had developed slowly over millennia. It was culture. That culture would develop to include the greatest achievements of human creativity. And it began here on the African continent. In 1991, archaeologist Christopher Henschelwood, exploring his grandfather's land, discovered the opening to a cave on a cliff face above the crashing waves where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans collide. Today, we call this the Bombo's Cave. Inside is evidence of over 140,000 years of human habitation and signs of the first form of human creative expression. Before this discovery, we thought the earliest examples of artwork were found in the Lascaux caves in France, dating back only 35,000 years ago.
Yeah, pissing me
We
off.
began making discoveries.
It is like
at Bombo's Cave.
it's almost
And
8 o'clock.
realized that actually this record
Not
of artistic
bedtime.
production goes back much further than anyone gets.
It's 10.
In France, cave paintings
Like 9:30.
35,000 years. In
So on Sunday,
90,000, 100,000 years.
if I had company,
Those caves.
no later than 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's the latest. I'll be in my bed by 10.
Research we did in Africa, and also the more dating we conduct, this will change people's minds of how we resolve human history. And the evidence shows we were already assessing cognitive behavior that we see as defining the modern human before they left Africa.
Small ochre blocks.
What's up,
found in
Destiny?
Bombo's Cave completely changed how we understand the
What's up, what's
development
up?
of human
I ain't doing anything, y'all. I'm just watching TV on origins where people came
It's
from,
now housed in the
culture-
Museum in Cape Town.
culture-wise.
It's unique in terms of.
Guess I figured I want to ask her.
It's found and the date is pretty old, 77,000 years ago. What is interesting is the etching. So there's a hashed etching in the image, and that is done with purpose. I've often thought that if pigment was put on it,
That's South Africa.
which to me screams artistic expression. Really symbolically. So this would make it one of the earliest artistic artifacts that we have.
This is a sign of a group of people who can manage to
I'm tired. Where everybody on? What y'all doing?
concerns for food and basic food.
Everybody have, if y'all have children, y'all getting them ready for school tomorrow, or they already went back to school? My son go back to school tomorrow,
Cognizant of this environment
but he will be homeschooled for a little bit until he get into school. You on a waiting list for 6 schools,
very rich cultural.
so he will be homeschooled for a little bit.
Not being recognized.
I'm tired,
This is artwork.
Alongside the open block, appealing fitness.
I only gonna be on her for a little bit. I'm just waiting for my friend to get here, so I'm just sitting here watching TV, chilling.
Mixed with water and minerals. To be used as
And that's what I'm doing, y'all.
once
I ain't cooking, I ain't doing nothing, I am chilling, my house is clean.
Using colorings to paint the body or paint walls. That's
I'm ready for the week.
Very important behavior to use.
Because I did everything late, y'all. I got up around 12:30,
And also to help transmit.
and I'm like, let me hurry up and go watch clothes before it get late. But I end up watching clothes at
His pairs with time.
2 o'clock.
Cave art provides us with the only
And I got done everything. No, I went 2:30. I got everything done by everything got done around 5:15. Clean up everything. Yeah, I'm chilling, relaxed. I'm ready for bed tonight, y'all. I'm ready for bed. I already took my shower, my clothes out for tomorrow. My son is putting his computer up in his room, getting ready for school. I am chilling. I'm chilling.
Miles from any lush vegetation.
I'm relaxed.
Stunning visual record reveals a quite surprising
It's a lot,
daily life in the Sahara
It's a lot.
7,000 years ago.
but I want to have fun
Teamed with depictions of
next
people swimming,
weekend.
animals grazing, glimpses
'Cause
into
I work-
the long lost
I work.
landscape.
Next weekend. For the following weekend, I will be back home. I will be back home. And we are going to party. We're gonna party. I need to do my hair, y'all. I need to do my hair.
And earlier found that wildlife thriving in the Sahara, a place now known for its sand dunes.
However, the Sahara was once a completely different environment, capable of sustaining these emerging human communities.
Today, it's Para and Uganda, but from rock art, there are a lot of aquatic people.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's very vibrant, by the way.
So in this case, art verifies archaeological evidence.
Yes.
I need to, what I gotta do? I need to go to the hair store.
Over 10,000 years ago, the Sahara was
Take my
a
son.
savannah. There were animals,
You want a pair of
fishes,
shoes?
lakes, rivers,
Give him another pair of
and
shoes.
right across.
Well, I will find me an outfit for
The
to see
environment was
earthquake. I'm gonna see earthquake. This gonna be my first time going to a comedy show, y'all. First time for everything.
Although early humans continued to be hunter-gatherers, over time, they began to cultivate plants. And around
I'm going with my bestie and her husband. We are going to the comedy show and see earthquake.
and domesticate cats.
September 5th. I think it's in DC. It's in DC, Washington DC. So I'm gonna leave Friday, come back Sunday.
So I think it kind of shows
Because it's on
that,
Saturday.
this is done growing roots.
I'm cold. That means, oh, it's raining.
Society.
I didn't know it was raining today. I was just joking. It looked weird outside, but it's actually raining.
The development of agriculture, it becomes a cradle of civilization. Between 4800 and 4200
But I don't know if he's coming now since it's raining, but it is. I don't know, child. I just know I'm about to get ready for bed. I'm going to bed at 9:30.
It's people who raise great herds of cattle.
So what everybody doing?
For 3,000 years, these communities and the world around them continue to evolve.
What's up, Brooklyn?
Farming developed and populations grew. But by 4000 BC, vast
Hey,
areas of the
Shauna.
West Savannah had turned into desert. Life for the people of the Green Sahara is brutally transformed. Everything changes, setting civilization in Africa on a radical new path.
There was a slow change in climate, thus making traditional pastoral ways of life far more difficult for people.
In the face of this climate change, the populations of the Sahara dispersed
Sarah, it's like
and many
Harold.
migrated towards the fertile lands of the Nile Valley,
Bali,
becoming the ancestors
Egypt.
of both the Egyptians and the Nubians. The Vagans, Valley of the Nile, was an attractive place for communities to settle.
The Nile is like this green river through the desert, and the regular floods create this incredible soil. So that once you have the domestication of plants, this becomes the breadbasket of the Mediterranean basin. And you've got that happening as people.
You know what I just noticed?
States. There's pressures.
Everything comes from like the color of your skin, hair,
The
eyes,
population becomes divided
because we came from the
between
earth
food roots and the non-food producers.
and we inherit
And
the
we see that
color
non-food
of the
producer
earth.
roots, they become artisans,
I think wherever
so
part
they have a surplus of
the
food.
original
And
came
this is the
from,
point at which we start seeing things that we
Yeah,
would
blue
call
eyes.
civilization.
we had
Burial
green
pits in the
eyes,
Nile
we had
Valley
hazel,
have been the source
we
of rare and unique artifacts
had
dating back
brown.
more than 6,000 years. They show a rich, creative culture. These prestige items were crafted by artisans to be enjoyed by elites.
So this dates to about 3,600 BC.
Really? This is 6,000 years ago. So brothers and sisters back in the Nile Valley were coming out their hair and living in Africa.
Just like Africans, these long, thick combs would be perfect for African hair. And this is an item that would proclaim status and identity and make a statement. They're often found in the burials, still in the hair, very prominently placed, so these symbols would be invisible.
Just the way black people wear them today.
Absolutely.
And black people are combing their hair with Africa. I thought we invented this in the 60s. Amazing.
So the burials of that date, the pit burials, we draw sand often that preserves organic materials. We can actually do an archaeology of hair groups and hairstyles.
Thanks for watching TV with me, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just watching TV.
Hair, big
PPS, History Channel.
pots and what-
It's about origins.
People who made
of
this
Africa.
were highly skilled craftspeople. They were making beautiful
That's what they're talking
pottery,
about.
making stone vessels, all up and down the Nile Valley at this time. You see groups creating some very vibrant, personal culture that they would wear and display.
I knew it was going to rain because I was like, why my house is so cold? I'm not even in my room with the air conditioner. I don't have an air conditioner in my living room, but I got a fan facing, so it's like all the cold air from the back is coming up here, but it is cold. Like, dang. I'm about to get my jet. Get my little.
And then these groups consolidate
Right.
one victorious over another, they get larger and larger and smaller and younger.
I'm about to do it because I'm freezing.
In 1988, archaeologists discovered a tomb at Abydos.
But you know what? The only why he coming over here because he got the weed and he got the drinks and I ain't broke until Wednesday. So I'm like, come on, shoot. It's still my weekend. Like, it's Sunday. It's not Monday yet. So I'm like, yeah, come over. Yeah, yeah. And this is my ex, y'all. I have, man.
But its royal tomb housed 150 small
This-
ivory tags
Yeah.
covered in carved symbols.
It's a long story,
that helped to
okay?
rewrite the history of civilization. These simple ivory tags
It been
reveal something
8 years, y'all. I haven't seen this man in 8 years.
about how our ancestors communicated.
He got my number 2 weeks ago. Cause he worked right across the street from my job.
The world's first writing.
And I'm just like, that's how I saw him. But he saw me. And he called my name. I was like, it was my ex. But we had disagreement. He never cheated on me. We just had a disagreement. And at the time we kept bumping heads. And it was just bad timing. So
It's been suggested that it might be a place name. This is
I left him.
And what was it used for?
When we lived together, I kicked him out.
I
had to kick him out. Because he wasn't doing anything. And I can't be with somebody that ain't doing nothing. We both can't be in the same boat. It just wasn't working. Wasn't. So
What the function of this
now we got 2 boys.
property identification system was.
So when we broke up, I guess he moved on, had 2 kids, which is 2 boys, 9 and 10.
Parts of labor over
So
materials.
We used to believe the first writing began in Mesopotamia, modern day Iraq and Syria. But these small tags prove
I'm
that writing
just-
developed simultaneously and independently here in Africa.
As to which language is older, there's a huge debate that continues to rage.
I think we can say that ancient Egyptian writing develops independent of writing in ancient Mesopotamia and develops really almost at the same time, although this Egyptian writing appears to be in some frequent use a little bit before we seem to get true.
hey Amanda, what's up?
The concentration of resources led to a concentration of power, resulting in the first kings ruling over wide areas. Maintaining that power
Been watching
required the ability to
PBS
and maximizing the capacity to communicate.
origins of I'm about to say Philadelphia. The
And so
origins
maximum
of
ability
Africa.
For organizing society also became the tool for domination in that sense. It became the tool for
I know. I had 2 people, but they left.
enabled Egypt's rulers to
But yeah.
maintain power and establish a system of loyal
I'm just
descendants.
sitting here
It
watching.
looks as though UJ that has this
They talking about Africa, the
It's
first.
also the first tune that can be followed in a line of development that leads us right to the pyramids of the old people.
From the first king of the first dynasty until the pyramids is a relatively short period of time. So you have the creation of.
You know why I'm watching this? Because I'm starting to figure it out because it's like every time I see on Facebook or when I go outside, it's like everybody
And the most
just
spectacular pyramid of all.
talking about who was here first, who did what, like it just a lot. I don't know what's going on, but
Scientific
it was
innovation
something in Facebook with this lady from Africa is talking up to
who came to the
a
throne
Nathan
around 2600
black
BC
man
and ruled for about 27 years. The Great
in
Pyramid
America.
took his entire reign to complete. The
They
project
would say
required
that why y'all not helping them? I guess it was dealing with ICE. They started sending them back
each
to Africa.
weighing average.
And they was like telling the guy like So why y'all not helping us? We all one. And the guy was like, "You're not all one. You from Africa, I'm from here. You're not all one." So she was. It just so much going on. It just so much going on. The lady started being disrespectful to him, talking about, well, you don't got no culture and you don't know who
So you have the
are.
geological wealth of
So
limestone, and you also have the advanced.
you want him to help y'all, but then turn around
Very large
and tell him you don't have no culture and you don't know who you are. It is crazy.
The pyramids
It is
were built
crazy.
by the Egyptians. They were conscripted from all parts of the country. When the Nile was
Yeah, I do
was
too.
visible too.
During
But I do love the animals that we used to have in America.
and they could be employed to build
Like,
pyramids, and
you
that's
got the
also
parrots,
part of the
you got the lions, you got the big cats. They all from America.
But
But
while
I do
Egypt
love
dominated northeastern Africa, further south,
Africa got some nice
on the banks of the
animals.
Nile in modern-day Sudan, another center of power was growing. It was the capital, the ancient kingdom of Kush,
How that's mean?
Kerma. Digging in the Sudanese sand between 1913
How does
and
that-
1916, archaeologists led by Harvard professor George Reisner stumbled across a pit filled with human bones in the burial mound of one of the last kings of Kerma.
Around 300.
Oh yeah, that is mean.
In one elite.
But I just don't understand that.
This, of course, initially was thought to be human sacrifice.
But it's like going on. I don't know what is going on in the world. It's just like they trying to divide us or something.
But evidence at other burial sites shows the practice
I
of
don't
human
know.
sacrifice dates back even further.
Death
But
in
you wanna-
Kerma, particularly
But you
the
really
elites,
want to
seems
think
be
about it?
something of a spectacle. However, these may
We
have
all
been
want
victims
race.
who would have
We
served
all
human
want
life
race.
and
It
must
doesn't
serve
matter
them. Even the idea that these were slaves,
where
captured
part of the
in
world
wars
you
and killed
from.
as a
We all
sort of,
had that one race and we all got along from each other.
act.
We all got to take care of this earth
The earliest
that we are
settlement
living
Kerma
in.
has been
Even
dated
though,
to
you
4000
know,
BC.
they fucked
Settlements
up
in
the world.
Mesopotamia
They're
formed into the
somewhere.
earliest cities.
They not.
But recent archaeological
They
findings
mess with
show that
trees.
Kerma was developing into
They
a
destroy
complex
everything.
society at the same time. By 2500 BC, it's estimated that the city's population had grown
They seem like they
to
sounded,
10,000.
well, it's just like way back in the, like way
Rivaling
back.
its northern neighbor, Egypt.
It's all started,
Today,
it all
London
started,
is what was once a magnificent planned city
What year?
built
So
around
15,
monumental architecture
20,
as grand as that of early Egypt.
1520 or
Archaeology of the
1420.
city itself centered around what seems to be
When they brought the Africans to America,
The Defufa.
that's
Different
when
scholars have different
it
ideas
all
of what
started, for real, for real.
In terms of Muslim architecture, it certainly seems to be the largest and earliest in Africa.
The Nubian kingdom had its own distinct culture and religion and was renowned for its deadly archers.
It was a defensive town, so there is a big defense wall surrounding the area. Most of the houses here was built of concrete, so people still use the same technique from the past in this house.
Yeah, I'm learning every day.
Well organized. It
What
was
the fuck?
divided
Can
into
you
several
ask you to
parts.
give me
In
advice?
each part, there is a big hut for kids, and he's controlling the area, while the central part for the king.
That's why we
For
on
over
Earth,
2,000 years, the
That's why
kingdoms
we
of Kush
here.
and Egypt
to learn from each
prospered and
other.
grew as kindred civilizations at opposite
We gotta
ends of
keep
the Nile
learning.
Valley. By 1500 BC, Egypt was the world's greatest power, controlling trade routes to the Middle East. And Egypt's gateway to the precious resources of the interior of Africa was Kush. Kush supplied luxury items such as gold to Egypt's flourishing 18th dynasty.
You know what? I forgot. That's what he was saying.
To the trading expeditions led by Hatshepsut, and the
Let me
wealth
listen.
amassed by Queen Nefertiti. Egyptian pharaohs required endless supplies of exotic goods.
Thank you, because you know what?
Afterlife.
I really wasn't.
Any people anywhere.
I just be going
Or is
back
this
and
the
forth because I be
finality of
working
that
and stuff like that, and then I be
that
like,
the Egyptians
I don't be on it like that, and I just be like, I don't have nothing to say, nothing to do. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just turn it on. Somebody go be on here, not whatever. But I said today to myself, like, I'm just turn it on, watch TV, get some knowledge. If y'all can hear while I'm watching, like, give me some knowledge because it's just like it's a lot of stuff is going on, and I want to be aware. I don't want to talk to some people that I don't know what I'm talking
It is
about.
a medical
I want to be
technique.
aware of
And so
everything.
they
But I
recognize
sound
this as
stupid.
being the perfect material for
Thank
funerary
you, I am.
goods.
You see the royals being adorned with gold, and we find from myriad, even lesser elite houses, we see gold objects.
So I'm just watching it because it's like I learned a lot of stuff from
The
Africa.
Coast associations, they already culturally had, it's one of the reasons why Egypt can't.
There's a lot of stuff the school do not teach you when you was in
And it's one of
school.
the reasons
I'm
why
glad I had
it's
two good
so
history
attractive
teachers
and
where
potentially dangerous.
they taught
The
us
relationship between Egypt and the Kushite
off
kingdom
the
was one of
record,
intimacy,
off the book,
proximity.
what the school was teaching us.
The Egyptians felt
My two
threatened by
teachers, I had a man and I had a
control the
woman
gold mines
history
themselves.
teacher in different age groups.
The kingdom
And
of
they
Panama
taught
Egypt
you
seems
a
to have
lot. It was a lot of stuff that I didn't
At this
know.
point, the Egyptians
And they
were
started
of the media as vile.
Tell us the
So we know
untruth
there
in
was
school.
certainly a lot of venom from the Egyptians.
It's like they trying to push their history on us and not tell us our history. But it's a good thing that we had. My mother taught us our history before we even started school. So when it's time for me to go to school, I'm so happy that I had teachers off the record that taught everybody in my classroom about their history.
And that becomes a part of the history of civilization.
Yeah, that's why I told you, I was like, it is rain, and that's why I probably looking so weird outside. It look weird.
Tutmosis
Yeah.
first led his troops to war against the Kushite kingdom.
Okay.
Tutmosis the first, not born
Cherrell
of
life. Cherrell life.
and earned a reputation as a formidable military strategist.
You putting your computer stuff up?
Egyptians knew it was a very strategic location.
How you changing around?
Thutmose was going very determinedly to the south, and he sacked the city of Panama to
Yeah,
sack.
cause Cherrell's
The
life.
city of this kingdom was truly a feat. The Nubians were well-known warriors and fighters. There are stories of thousands of captured prisoners of war being executed and
It's going down, y'all.
Let's
It's
talk
going
about the
down.
finality of the conquest. Tutmosis strapped the body of the fallen.
But I'm gonna come up. I want to say thank you, Amanda, for coming on, talking to me.
While people's
And I will keep on going. I will be turning on my channel every day, even though I'm not doing anything, so y'all can see what I'm doing. Because I'm mostly be on my channel. I won't be on live like that, but I'm gonna be on live
The
more.
people of Kush, which
So I want to say thank you and everybody that watching this or peeking in. Please subscribe to Cherrell Life, and I see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a good night.
All of Nubia is incorporated into Egypt more fully than ever before. Nubia gets a